Hello, good people. Theron Brown here, and welcome to Playground Sessions YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out a song called Just Once by the great Quincy Jones. So let's check it out.
2, set, go.
All right, everybody, first things first, we're going to be checking out the right hand. And if you look here, we have a treble clef and our time signature, which is 4/4. And there is no key signature, so that means that we are in the key of C. As far as hand positions go, we're going to be putting our thumb here, which is 1 on E. And that's going to set us up for the majority of this intro here. Now, one of the main things you want to look for in this song are the clusters of 16th notes. I don't want you to be afraid of those. It's just the pacing of the phrase is going to be a little bit faster. So let's look at the first measure here. We have E, and then like I said, that cluster of notes there, we're going to have E, F, G. Then we repeat G, A, and then leap down to F. That's kind of our first phrase there. Now we have this, what I like to call a little embellishment, which is going to lead to a really cool chord. You're going to put your pinky or your fifth finger on C. Now this is a very cool chord, which you have to play 2 notes with your thumb. So we have this line that starts on C going down, C, B, A. I'm going to put my 2 on G and just kind of grab both of the notes here, C and D, with my thumb. So you get a nice little cluster chord there. Okay, next we have a rest, and we're going to go back to C with our pinky. After that, we have this really nice phrase that includes octaves and fourth intervals. There's our octave there, G to G. Then we have G that repeats again, comes back down to C, and C, G. Now here we have to switch our fingerings because we have a double note there. We're going to play it with the second G with our third finger. And we finish the phrase on F. Okay, let's try this in tempo.
1, 2, set, go.
Okay, so that's the right hand. Now we're going to move on to our left hand. If you look at the music, we have our bass clef, and we have our time signature, which is still 4/4, and we are still in the key of C. Okay, so you're going to put your pinky on C, your third finger on G, and you're going to stretch up to E with your thumb there. And notice the wrist motion. You can kind of cheat and just turn it to get that to work there for the stretch. All right, so once you get past this chord, which is C, we're going to toggle down to D. And then we're going to an F over C, which is going to be C. Again, we're going to use that same wrist motion to help us get to the A. Then F, A. So a lot of it is going to be from the wrist motion to make that reach, and also to make it just legato in general. Okay, moving on to the next section, we see this third measure here. Don't be afraid of the change here. It's going to look like we're playing in the right hand because we have a treble clef here. But we're still using our left hand. The notes are just going to be a little bit different. So we're going to put our pinky on E, then a C, then G. Now you're going to cross your third finger over to the B, and that's when we're in our treble clef. Now we have some rest, and we're going to stay in the treble clef here for our last measure, which is going to be an F, to our C. And now we have a G and an A, and we want to grab both those notes with our thumb, that little side of our thumb there. So it sounds like this. And don't be afraid to take time to work that out. It's a little bit of a different feeling playing two notes with the thumb. And then as we finish the phrase, we have a good old F and C, which then moves to a D and B. All right, let's try that in tempo.
1, 2, set, go.
All right, so that's the left hand. Now we are going to put the right and the left together. There's just a couple little tricky spots that I want to make you aware of before we jump into it. That's actually leading into the third measure. We have this nice little line here in our right hand. Remember, we're grabbing those two notes with our thumb, and it makes a really pretty chord there. And our left hand is going to have some syncopation with it. That's that crossover. And I want to make sure that I don't get confused by the treble clef being there. Still going to be my left hand playing those two notes there. All right, let's give it a try in tempo.
1, 2, set, go.
Okay, excellent, excellent. That is Just Once by the great Quincy Jones. If you want to check out the rest of the song, you can go to Playground Sessions interactive app. And if you haven't checked it out yet, there is a free trial, which you can just tap the card over there. And I will see you next time. My name is Theron Brown. Thank you for joining. All right, good people, thanks for watching. I'm Theron Brown. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that notification bell. Be sure to check out the Playground Sessions app, co-created by music legend Quincy Jones. Playground teaches the piano with interactive feedback and gaming features, all while using your favorite songs. Peace out.